Hey everyone, how are we going? So, welcome to today's live stream. And today I'm going to talk about money flow and what that means, like the practical, the energetic, and the other aspects of it as well, so that you can start bringing more money into your business. So, the three things, and these are the three things that when I set this up, like High Vibe Hypno, when I set this up and specifically niched in swung into the money side of things, I sat down and I was like, well, what do I really want to focus on here so that I can help people? Because hypnosis alone is one element. And I didn't really want to do anyone a disservice by just doing hypnosis, which is what I do, but there's also other elements to it because there's a caveat to it. And this is something that I experienced in the past where I'd do hypnosis or go see someone and be like, oh, it didn't work, but I wasn't doing any work in my business. And so there are problems that still need to be solved in your business. So I'm going to talk about them and how when you address those and really knuckle down and get the deeper level work done in the beginning of your business, or depending on even where you're at, it doesn't matter where you're at. You could be 5 years in and still the money is feeling like a choke. And that's because there needs to be a few backward steps to start again a little bit, just so that you can get that right. Now, the first one is your psychology. So that's mindset. And so your mindset, if you have negative thoughts and beliefs around money or money making activities that you need to do in your business, like for example, I'm too scared to put myself on video. While it's not a direct money thing, obviously that's marketing that you need to do in your business to get seen so that people buy your stuff. And also, before I continue, make sure you drop me a like, give me a share, drop a comment below, tell me how this helps you in the video. And then also, if you're interested in going deeper, you can join my Rich Chick Embodiment program. That's a 6-week program. And I'm going to cover the elements that I talk about and teach in that program to help you build your business from scratch, your mindset from scratch, so that you can grow it into a very large and lucrative business. Because we've got to get the foundational work down really well, really clearly and systemized, and everything is clear in your head so that you can sell things. And then once like everything is easy, then I mean, it's not easy, but you know what I mean, like your systems are set up, your foundation's set up, and you are clear about what you're doing as well. So psychology is the first one, and that is your mindset. And what I want to say about this is, and maybe just get out a pen and paper and write down what negative money beliefs you have, and also write down what negative business beliefs you have and yourself in relation to business. This is going to really help you uncover what blocks there could be. So money blocks are basically beliefs that we have that stop us from making money. That's kind of it, okay? And so those behave, like we act those things out. So we might believe that money, we hate wealthy people, for example. We hate people that have a lot of money. And so the last thing we want to do is act like them and do certain behaviors that they've needed to do to get to where they are. And so we hold ourselves back from doing that out of that kind of rebellion of like, well, I don't want to be like them, so I can't do that. But the problem is that then we, at our own expense, keep ourselves broke because we're hating on these people who aren't paying our bills, by the way. So you've got to look at it like that. And when you get clear and uncover what these blocks are, then you're able to address them and reframe them into a more positive, solution-focused way. So think about and just pay attention over the next few days, week, whatever, on the things that you're saying. Like even the things that I say, if you're watching me and listening to what I'm saying, what could be dinging in your head of like, yeah, right, yeah, right, yeah, but, yeah, right, yeah, but. So all of those are blocks. And that's you subconsciously blocking yourself from moving forward and doing the work that needs to be done. And so that ultimately is our fear mechanism, or, you know, our subconscious is trying to keep us safe from doing something dangerous. Now, it doesn't know can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined, right? So if you keep telling yourself something over and over and over and over again, you start to believe it. And so if you grew up in a family where dad said all wealthy people are evil, and he said it over and over and over and over and over again, that's pretty much brainwashed you into believing that. And so then your confirmation bias, so confirmation bias is how do I explain it? It's a psychological term, basically. And confirmation bias is when we have a belief about something, and then we will look for evidence to back up that belief. Then there's a thing called cognitive dissonance. Now, the cognitive dissonance is when an opposing piece of information comes in, and we don't want to hear it, even if it's true or not, right? We don't want to hear it because it compromises our belief around this, because we want this to be right. And so, as you can see online, as you can see in world wars, as you can see across the globe and the conflicts, there is a lot of confirmation bias and cognitive dissonance going on. Doesn't matter which side you're looking at, we've all got it, right? And so it's the same thing with money. If you're looking for rich people who are evil all the time, that's your confirmation bias. You want to confirm that, yep, it's true, rich people are evil. But what you're telling your subconscious mind is that that's not something that you should do because rich people are evil. And so you will play by that belief. Also, similarly, if you think that you aren't good enough to be in business, there's that self-doubt there. So the self-doubt is like, maybe you've had a couple of failures, right? Terrible word. I shouldn't say failure. You've had a couple of setbacks or things that just didn't work as well as you wanted it to. Maybe you tried to sell a course and it just didn't sell, for example. So that keeps compounding that belief of, well, you can't do this, you're no good for this, you're not cut out for this. And so your external world keeps reaffirming that. Now, when you do that, so when you start embodying that belief, you stop trying. You go into defeat mode and just go, well, what's the point of trying? And so there's no motivation to push through that. And so I said something the other day, and it was a bit profound, like, if I do say so myself, but it was, and it was more so as a metaphor for me as well, of like, sometimes when you think if you push hard, if you push hard enough on a brick wall, you might find out it's a sheet of paper. And so that's how we challenge our beliefs. And that's what you want to be doing, is challenging these negative beliefs that you have about money, business, yourself in relation to business and money. And then when you challenge that and push through and just go, no, despite that, I'm just going to keep going, then you will find quite possibly that brick wall is just a little sheet of paper and very flimsy and thin if you just push on it a little bit harder, and you'll find that. And that's been a huge lesson that I've found for me is that of just going, yes, there's resistance, there's fear, there's trepidation and overwhelm and confusion and all of those emotions that come up. Excuse me. And so I've had to, like this last couple of times in business, just go, no, just keep pushing through it. Like, keep going through it instead of just giving up. And so that's been a huge lesson. And so I want to impart that onto you guys and say it's the same thing. When you have resistance, when you have overwhelm, fear, frustration, they're all natural. You're going into a learning zone, okay? You're learning new skills. You're thinking about what your niche is. You're trying to get specific about your niche. You're trying to get things right so it works, so the money comes in. And the problem is that because of those uncomfortable emotions, we tend to retreat. And we go, well, it's too hard and it mustn't be right and it's the wrong thing to do. But that's actually learning resistance. You felt it when you learnt to drive a car for the first time. You got in the car and everything felt awkward and clunky and hard and confusing, and you just doubted yourself so much. But you kept going, right? Learning to walk as a kid. Like, you think about a baby And us as babies, we just did it. That was just what we did, right? We didn't. None of us are still sitting on the ground hoping mum comes and picks us up. Maybe we are. I don't know, but we do it. Our determination, and that's the thing. You've already got the determination there, and so while you continue to hold that determination, sorry, excuse me, while you continue to use that determination to get up and fall down, get up, fall down, get up, fall down, then you will get there. But when you stop trying, like people, you know, they always say, oh, most businesses fail by year 3, or most businesses fail, blah, 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 whatever. But it's mostly because people give up, because they doubt themselves. I don't know why that hasn't come up in the stats. Like, really, it's because people give up. And so we don't push through that pain. And it is pain. I know it's pain. And so see that experience and those feelings that come up for you, and just go, yeah, all right, I see, I'm anxious about money, I'm worried about money not coming in. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, cool, that's all right, we'll deal with that, we'll work on it. And so that determination is what will keep you going. So that's one element, that's a psychological element. And like, I could bang on just a whole live stream. I could write a book on that, honestly, just that one aspect. Moving on to the business side, the strategic side. Now, mindset and strategy work hand in hand. And so here's a cautionary tale, another one of going off track and doing energy healing, wellness retreats. What else did I do? Law of attraction stuff. Like, all of the woo-woo stuff is no good to you, and you will not manifest money in your business with law of attraction principles without doing anything in the business. Like, it just doesn't work. Okay, I was an idiot. I was desperate. I fell for it. I mean, I had the strategies anyway, but what I really needed at the time, I had a lack of clarity. I was lacking clarity. I needed to spend more time getting really clear. But because of my self-doubt, because of my psychology, I kept retreating. I'd pull out, go out, and I'd succeed and do well, and then, or something didn't work, and then I'd retreat again. And so I was letting that external validation or invalidation dictate whether I showed up or not. And so strategy, it's so key. Like, you still have to do the boring stuff of hashtags. Like, I hate doing hashtags. Like, it's not my thing. Doing reels, I don't mind doing them, but there are other things I'd rather do. But that sort of work is a necessary thing, because if you don't get seen, you don't get to sell. Like, no one buys from you. And the other thing as well, is, like, if you're confused about what you're doing, if you don't have full clarity around what you're doing, then people will not buy. If you're confused, they're confused. And a confused audience doesn't buy. It's as simple as that. And so strategy is improving your sales skills. Like, in this, yes, it sounds hard, sounds clunky, but that's what I do. Like, I do all of this in the Rich Chick Embodiment 6-week program. Okay, so I will put the link to that in the description. I've got no water either. I'll put the link in the description. But over 6 weeks, you get hypnosis. You get to help you with your sales confidence, but also to expand your mind around money. You also get a complete business in a box. So you get my branding pack, legal pack for all your forms and everything. You get social templates, which are editable from Canva, banners, profile photos. What else do you get? There's so much in there, and I'll put the link in. But that program is going to help you with exactly what I'm talking about, and that's why I'm talking about it, basically. So strategy, when you learn it, like any strategy, I've got to be careful when I say this, because any strategy will work, but as long as you're putting something in front of people's eyeballs who are interested in what you are selling and what you have to say, then you should be pretty right. And if you are able to communicate it to them in a way. But again, Rich Chick Embodiment, I teach you exactly how to do that. I teach you how to communicate with people, how to talk to people, how to use language, brand yourself, be recognizable, all of those things. Anyway, so yeah, link in the comments. Join it now. Excuse me. So yeah, the strategy side, yeah, it is pretty much I said pretty much everything I need to say about it, but it's just your step by steps, getting really clear about who your audience is, what you're doing, learning your business, so you're actually embodied in it. You're not just kind of reading off a script type thing. You're actually in it, and everything just flies off the cuff. It just feels natural to talk about. It feels easy to talk about. It feels fun to talk about. That brings me to the last one. So the third one is energy. The first two are going to help make up your third. Now, you can also work on your third as well while you're doing that. And that, that's alignment work. That is listening to hypnosis. That is getting outside to feel good and making yourself feel good in yourself. That is really getting confident and strong in your self-belief of how good you are at what you do and how much you can help people, and showing up in a way that demonstrates that, so that people go, yeah, she does know her shit, basically. So the energy, that just is a thing that just happens. And people notice. They really notice the change, the confidence that comes through. They notice all of that. And you also notice that yourself. You feel more elevated. You feel more actualized. You feel on top of the world. And so that's when you get into that flow. And so that's alignment. So alignment is really having everything, all your ducks in a row, to bring that money in. Now, excuse me. So if you want to join the Rich Chick Embodiment program, it's a 6-week course. It is very reduced at the moment. It's normally $4.95. I've reduced it to $2.95 for a very limited time. Okay, so make sure you get it. The price will go up. So I'll put the link in the comments, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you on Thursday. See ya.